small community over here. You know, we don't want no trouble.
Yeah, no, that's what I would assume. Are you with the De Lobos?
Ah, come on, because I have a Spanish accent.
No, just because you clearly don't like the law and you're down here and you're talking about the people down here.
Hey, you're making a lot of assumptions here. I asked you if you are law. You know, if you study law, what if I gave you some cookies and maybe some milk?
Is that what lawmen like?
I heard.
So they're Santa Claus?
Mm-hmm. They come down your chimney and put you in Sisika.
No, they just jump out of bushes.
That's true. You know, Deputy Cash came down here not too long ago.
Oh, did he? And what was he doing all the way down here?
You know, I don't know. I spoke to him for a little while, and he said, you know, not many law come down here, but he's stationed or something like that. And he was just walking around Armadillo. Me and him had a nice talk, and then I left to Tumbleweed.
Well, apparently you're not wanted, because, he's chatty, but, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's real chatty, you know, and he has how you say, a temper.
Yes, he does. He very much does.
So you know Deputy Cash quite a bit, or Chef Cash, that is.
Yes, Sheriff Cash. I'm quite aware of Sheriff Cash.
Is he your boyfriend?
No, he's a vindictive snot.
That doesn't mean he can be your boyfriend.
He's not a boyfriend.
He's
Is
a friend
that-
as a boy.
Is that all you think about relationships? I already told you I'm not a deputy.
You know, I'm not the one for relationships myself. You know, I don't like it. When you're always out here on going from place to place, you don't really have time for nothing like that. But you know, I do like the drama.
You just want the gossip around town, is what you're saying.
Come on, can you blame me? You know, it's so boring around here sometimes.
Well, I have been out of state for quite some time. So I'm afraid that I don't have too much gossip for you. I don't even know what's going on in the crossing right now. Who's who? Who's still alive? Who's
I can
still
tell
in
you everything you
Cisco?
want to know for a price.
Oh, and what's the price?
Blood pact.
I'm not making no blood pact. What on
Okay.
earth? What on earth is that? What?
Fine. No blood pact. You can do. Let me think. Let me think. Money.
And how much money do you think I have?
All right. $2. I'll give you a single word.
A single word for $2. I don't think that helps me much.
Yeah, but $4. That's 2 words.
Yeah, I ain't paying those kind of fees. Talk's cheap. So they say.
Sometimes actions are cheap too.
Are you fixing to rob me?
Rob you? Come on. I mean, I was thinking about it. But
Yeah,
then
I
I
know
saw
you
you
were
were a
thinking about
nice
it.
lady.
Yeah, I'm real nice. Really, really nice.
I don't just rob no people. You take me as a robber?
No, I just asked a question because we're sitting here asking each other questions.
Yeah, you assume I don't like law, and now you assume I'm a robber. You know, I think you're the one assuming too much here.
Usually people who like the law don't ask people if they is law.
What if I want to join the law? So I was curious, you know.
You might, that's true. But, I sort of doubt it. You just don't strike me as a type, but, you know, I've been wrong before.
You've been wrong.
Yes.
I don't believe it.
I've made some, pretty bad decisions, let's put it at that.
Haven't we all, my friend? You know, I made a pretty bad decision not too long ago. But, you know, life goes on if you don't get shot in the head.
Or set on fire. Yeah.
Set on fire, huh?
Hmm?
Why do you bring that up?
No reason.
You know something about me?
No, I don't know anything about you. We just met Raoul.
Oh, okay. You know, I might have experience with fire just recently, so
Um,
just a little curious. That's all.
what, did someone set you on fire?
Oh, no, come on. With my pretty face, I mean, you'll see some marks or something, you know?
Yeah, no, you're looking like you're pretty healthy for that being a recent occurrence.
You know, but I guess an associate of mine, you know, had some little bit of an accident. Next thing you know, fire, and there you go.
Oh, I'm sure it was an accident, right?
Mm-hmm. A real bad accident, you know. It's a
Yeah.
tragedy, you know. One step out of another. It's just tragic.
I wish I'd seen more of an accident just a bit sooner in my own experiences. Let's put it that way.
I'm going to need a step-by-step
That's
explanation.
okay. I'm not willing to give that sort of stuff away right now.
Come on, are we friends?
We just met, Ro.
For what? 10 minutes? You know, I usually clock about 5 minutes over here to make a friend.
I mean, you could just be planning to rob me long term. People do that. But
Okay. Put your hands up. I'm not gonna rob you, my friend. Come on.
yeah. But
Unless you want me to rob you.
There's some things I'm gonna hold close to the chest.
Okay, I understand. I understand you're too smart for a good old Raul here.
Unfortunately, you sound like the sort of person who's interested in mysteries, aren't you?
I'm the sort of person.
Maybe you are a deputy after all, or a wannabe.
Yeah, let me take out my badge. Give me about 3 years. But, you know, how they say, information is power, or, you know.
Yeah, but I need to remember to pick up that newspaper and see what's written inside of it. You pulling those out again?
Oh, why is that such a big problem?
It's just strange. I've never seen anywhere that's socially acceptable to just see someone ride up and you pull out binoculars and stare at them from 30 feet away. It's just odd to me.
Hey, hermano, how are you?
Oh, so this is one of your hermanos, huh?
This is Diego.
Buenos dias, señorita. My name is Diego.
Nice to meet you, Diego.
What's your name?
Ivy.
Don't ask Ivy too many questions. She doesn't like answering them.
I've been answering plenty of questions, but there's certain ones that don't need answering, or you're gonna get the wrong answer.
You know, let me get off my high horse. Diego.
Did you almost say Bruno? Because that's what it sounded like you were saying.
Maybe.
I'll be right back.
Hey,
Yeah. Yes.
would you like to go on a date? I'm just
date.
kidding. I'm just kidding. You know, I was gonna ask if you don't have a certain. I mean, you heard Bruno. You know, if you don't have a certain problem with that man, you know, then maybe you want to come along. But if you don't, then that's fine. I got some hermanos waiting.
Wait, did you say with Bruno?
Yes, Bruno.
No, I don't have a problem with anyone named Bruno.
Are you sure?
Yeah, why should I?
Some people have problem with Bruno.
What do you mean by come along? What are you planning?
There he is. The good old faithful. How are you, hermano?
I'm okay. Who's your little friend here, huh?
Oh, amiga.
I'm a little friend, huh? Name's Ivy.
Avi, huh?
Yeah.
What are you doing around these parts?
Living life.
Oh, yeah. Peacefully.
For now.
So
She says she
you...
wants to join the Del Lobos.
I did not say that at any point. So, are you the Del Lobos? Was
No.
was I correct on more guesses than one?
No,
No.
we're not Del Lobos. We may look like Del Lobos, but we are not Del Lobos.
Well, I've already met Del Lobos down here. That's well, I was just curious.
Oh, yeah.
How long ago was this?
Just a day or two ago.
Well, you fancy them or something?
The woman I met was fairly nice.
La Niña.
Anything, yes, I think that La Jefe or something like that.
El
And then
Jefa.
Yeah, something like that.
I know her.
She was
Nice.
pleasant. Bought some meat off me.
Mead? What was that?
I think she wanted an excuse to talk to me, see why I was in town, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Don't Ivy here look like Law?
How can I possibly look like Law wearing these rags? Don't they give them some sort of payment?
And I don't know, Law down here,
It's-
sometimes they wear ponchos, sometimes they wear a mask, everything and anything to, you know, get the upper hand.
Yeah. And sometimes they disguise themselves, huh?
It's the white shirt.
It is.
That's what it is.
Is the white shirt, but
The white shirt.
white shirt just keeps me cool in this heat.
You could always borrow my coat, if you don't mind.
Oh no, I'm.
Look at this
I
guy.
don't need a coat. I've got one if it gets cold, because it does get cold here at night. It gets very cold. Wasn't expecting that, to be honest, when I first made a trip down here.
So, were you just fucking with me whenever you said that she wanted to join Del Lobos?
Yeah. It's just a joke.
Okay, okay.
Are you fellas not friends with the Del Lobos?
We're friends with everybody.
Oh, that's
Everybody
nice.
in the crossing.
That's wonderful.
Even the law loves us.
I'm sure they do.
Especially they love us, huh?
You know, the law, they love a lot of people. They send him telegrams and try and cozy up and all of that.
Oh, yeah? Do you love the law?
No, I just love them. No, I don't.
She loves Sheriff Cash.
Is that true?
He hasn't sent me a telegram in a long time.
Oh, but you've spoken to him.
Oh, yes, a long time ago.
You know, Bruno, you know, how rude is it? You know, I have a nice conversation, lasts about 10 minutes, you know, real nice, friendly. You know, pretty much me interrogating her and her interrogating me. And then she has the audacity to ask if I'm going to rob her.
There are people who are in it for the long game. You never know.
You got that right.
You wanna get robbed, huh? We can do that if you want.
No, I honestly prefer not to.
Hey, sit down.
It's
I'm
okay.
carrying
I'm
far
joking,
too much
okay?
money because
I'm joking.
I can't exactly put it in the bank.
Oh,
is
you're
that?
in debt, huh?
If you want, you can sit down.
Because the bank just takes it away.
Because
Yeah,
the
that-
bank eyes us.
Oh, it must be like a technical problem, you know, like the papers, you know, they don't go through right or something.
Yeah, must be.
It can't be nothing more.
No, of course not.
What? Are you in the negatives?
What do you think?
By how much?
About 1,500.
That's nothing compared to me.
Yeah, well, I didn't really do that much, but I paid for all of it, quite literally.
So you paid to do the crime, or you
Isn't
crime
that
to
the
do the
way
pay?
it works?
Wait, so you paid someone else to do your crime?
No, no, I just mean that I didn't do much, but well, like I said, not really a fan of cash. The moment he doesn't think that he's getting his way, well, it's over for you in terms of working for you, working with you.
You worked with cash before.
Oh no, I didn't work with him. Make one thing clear, I've never ratted on anybody for any reason.
Right. What kind of crime do you do?
I haven't done any crime in a long time other than a little bit of rustling here and there.
Just rustle. That's it?
I said for a long time. It's been a long time. I didn't do much.
What's been holding you back for so long, huh?
Perspective changes when everyone around you dies. Goes to Siska. For a long time.
Oh, yeah. Who did you run with?
It's complicated.
Is it?
But I think I'd rather not say right now. There's a reason I'm down here. There's things that I need to learn before I decide to open up about my past, if that makes sense.
Your business is your business. But I just want to remind you, you can't escape your past, no matter how much you try. Trust me.
Debatable, but I sure can try.
I mean, there must be a reason why you're over here in New Austin. I know most people are running away from past. Most people to start something new. You know, some just bored, sick of, loud noise.
Maybe it's all three.
I don't think no cattle rustling gets you a $1,500 fine.
Oh, I never said it did. I just didn't say what gets you that fine. The sordid details are just a little bit too sharp and would point the finger too directly.
What, you think we're law or something?
No. Like I said to your friend.
There's a rider
here.
behind me. Check who that is.
Oh, out come the binoculars again.
Looks like that meant Austin, but I might be wrong. Somebody we're not too associated with, I guess.
I'll leave you to your business, ma'am. What was your name again? Evie? Ivy. Do you have a last name?
Winters.
Ivy Winters. Nice to meet you. I'm Bruno. Bruno Sanchez.
Nice to meet you.
You know, whatever you're looking for out here, I wish you luck. But, of course, be careful out here. It's not, the nicest place.
No, it's not. Nothing out in the desert is nice. It's all dry, rough, sharp, pointy, ready to kill you, ready to suck you dry.
Amigo,
But that's life, isn't it?
are you searching for something particular? Something maybe we can help?
I'm just trying to get back on my feet. Like I said, $1,500 empty in the bank is it's a long crawl.
Maybe we can help you with getting some money, huh? If you are willing to do certain things,
$5,000 in debt. Look at me, I got a new horse. That horse back there. That's a Missouri Foxtrotter, $840. I'm doing pretty well for myself.
Yeah, I used to have lots of money. Lots and lots. Not for things I'm proud of. But not for the reasons you might expect.
We all do things that we're not proud of.
At some point we all had a lot of money. Until the life fucks us, huh? It is like this, huh?
Well, I happen to know that getting your hands in a bank ain't going to, well, it wouldn't take just one bank to absolve me of my debts unless,
You took it all yourself.
Yep. Which, I mean, haven't practiced in a while, but boy, I figure I could get through quite a few vaults in just a few minutes. But again, bit out of practice.
No. That's a good trait you have there, huh? People with that experience are good to have around, you know? Especially
They,
around in New Austin, huh?
Maybe, except for, those laws seem to manage to know exactly who you is, even when you's dressing different and you never show your face.
tell me about it.
Or speak. I go, oh, look, I saw your hair color, so you're guilty. Have a fine.
I'm very familiar with that.
You know, that's why I don't even cover my face.
Me neither.
Never did, never will.
With a voice like this, they know who I am. With the way I dress, they know who I am. Only been caught once. At one time, I was put away for a long time. You know, solitary. Deep in a box. Underground.
Of course.
And, of course, I don't want to go back there ever again.
No one does.
How much time did you serve?
It was a while.
Years? Months? Weeks?
I'll just say that it was a while.
Well, Ivy, you know, we aren't the most morally just people, as you could tell already, but,
You think that I am?
you know, it's something New Austin people seem to have in common, so. But, you know, we like making friends around here. You know, it did take a lot from me to not rob you, but, you know.
I sort of got that feeling.
But, you know, in this land, you know, we keep our hands off our guns unless law comes through.
Well, I was
And
going to say I'm not carrying these cheap pieces of garbage because I'm afraid of getting robbed. Simply because I haven't been able to afford anything better for a while.
Well, it's smart. A lot of robbers around. Probably more in the east than there is here, to be honest.
If you don't mind me asking, what have you been doing lately? Working-wise?
Hunting, mainly.
As in?
Sorry?
As in, just hunting.
Yes. Spent a lot of time alone, camping out in the desert, surrounded by red rocks and cactus.
Well, I can offer you one thing. It's legal, but a little bit boring.
I already said it, Bruno. She don't want no part of it.
Oh, the money. Yeah, I
It's
saw
good
here in this
money.
paper that people are going crazy for diamonds, huh? Is that something that you're interested in or something?
That's not us. Diamonds. If you have a diamond, you talk to someone named Baz Kerrigan. Jack Kettleman. They'll take your diamonds.
Kettleman's not in Siska?
No.
No.
Oops.
Kettleman is a walking man, walking around the ranch all day long. From what I hear.
That's interesting to hear.
It just happens that this Baz Kerrigan and this man Jack Kettleman seems to be the biggest goddamn dogs in the crossing. No one touches them, no one messes with them, and about everyone's friends with them, either through fear or money or, I don't know, charisma.
Are you,
I'm not friends with them. I never met them. I'm not
I
friends
was
with
about
them.
to ask if you were best buds with them as well.
Oh, we are far from it.
Really?
That's right.
And what's that? Doesn't it sound beneficial or something like that to
Do you see this?
Let's see what. Those barns.
Yeah.
So I guess the conversation, Ivy, goes full circle, huh?
Mm-hmm. I guess it does. What did you do? Did you shoot him 6 times in the back?
No.
Did he rise up from the dead and come after you for revenge?
No. This was somebody else's work, but he was affiliated with it. I don't want to speak too much about it, but I messed with the wrong person. Somebody gave me their word I wasn't gonna get hurt. And
Invited into someone's home. You know, no us and we have some sort of honor here. You're in our home. You're invited. You know, you don't get touched. You're under our protection. But, you know, I should have expected less from people out east. And there you go. Underneath someone's rooftop. There you go.
A person like Kettleman doesn't care about anybody's boundaries. He'll snatch a woman up in the middle of town and burn her right in the middle of a saloon.
Jack likes to snatch ladies right up, huh? I've been told. They do that to you. Snatch you right up and then leave you in the mud.
Not quite. No.
And, you know, it's real hard nowadays in the crossing. You got the big dogs that everyone fears.
And everybody surrounds themselves around you, and they all band together.
They're cowards. They never get anywhere in their life. They just stick around these dogs so they get some sort of comfort, some sort of protection. But they mean nothing to these dogs. They'll throw them away as soon as the time comes, as soon as it's convenient. But they don't seem to understand that, or they don't seem to care. They're never going to achieve nothing. No one will ever topple these dogs over. And they'll sit comfy wherever they are.
Well, these dogs keep on, well, they're more like cats, let's say, because they seem to all have 9 lives or more, and, yeah, they, somehow get out of Siska after being sent there for life. Interest in
No.
that.
You know, maybe it was real good behavior.
Somehow I don't think so.
Good behavior, huh? I'm gonna ask you a question and you take this however you want it. Alright.
Sure.
Do you dislike Jack Kettleman?
Yes.
Why is that?
Mainly, you know, I dislike people who are trying to kill me.
He wants you dead.
He should.
You saying 6 bullets in the back, was that you? You shot him in the back?
He's the one who decided to turn around.
Why?
Sometimes you do what you have to survive. Sometimes those, big dogs are just a little bit too big and there ain't nothing that somebody can do.
Seems to be the case. 6 bullets couldn't even stop it.
Yeah, I meant other big dogs, maybe more like wolves.
And where are they now?
Oh, most of those wolves are in Siska or dead.
And why is that?
Well, 'cause they got caught. And probably 'cause Kettleman, really, I mean. You fight a man so often, and it doesn't seem to matter how many times you think he might be dead, he just keeps getting back up and coming at you, and then everyone around you starts blaming each other. for what's going on, and mistakes are made, and, well, the dominoes fall.
Does this Kettleman know you're alive?
He
Or
has
out
no,
of Sisika?
he has no reason to believe that I'm dead. He probably doesn't know that I'm back in state.
Good.
Why do you say that?
No reason. I think it's best for people like us, dead people walking, to seem dead to those people.
Perhaps.
You know, Ivy, since you've been pretty, you know, uh, somewhat open to us, you know, I'm gonna be open to you. Alright, you know, not too much to talk about us. Just a couple of hermanos with shit luck. Trying to make it out here somehow, but I'll give you some advice.
What's that?
There's a ranch out there in Blackwater, owned by Kerrigan. I mean, seriously, when I say big dogs, I meant it. Goddamn 20 people surveying that ranch at all times. Ranch hands, guns, hired guns, business opportunity people, all of it. Companies from the Far East. They all come there, converge to talk with Big Kerrigan and Big Kettleman.
Of course.
They have people to wipe their ass.
Well, I mean, that's the way it goes when, you've been found unkillable. Last I knew, Kettleman, he should have died at least 12 times, if not more. Probably a lot more. But, you know, it's the way things go, I suppose.
Yeah.
Man must be made of nothing more than catgut and bandages by now, but who knows?
He's a man that's worth nothing. No honor. No morals. Same with the Kerrigan fella.
I'm, unfamiliar with this Kettleman, or this Kerrigan fella. I think I was, too busy, well, doing what I could to save my own skin from the masses that Jack was gathering around him.
So this has been going on for quite some time.
Oh, months and months and months.
You know how to kill a guy like Kettleman?
Don't use a double action.
No. No guns, no knives, no bullets. Nothing. We gotta ruin him. Ruin his name. If you do that,
I don't think that anybody could ruin Jack's name more than he's already ruined it.
I would be surprised. There's a lot of things you can do to ruin a man's name.
Well, I'm quite aware. I've, been dodging having mine ruined for quite some time. Maybe it still is ruined.
I know mine's ruined, alright.
It's nice to have hermanos. You know, no
It
matter
is.
how far you go down into the depths of hell, you know, you still have these people by your side always. That day, when Bruno here was burned, shot, goddamn tortured, in someone's own home, I went to them. I was powerless, 1 against 20. Rolled by myself in, searching. Hermano, where's my hermano? That goddamn bastard devil Kerrigan didn't even give me where my tortured body of Bruno was. I didn't even know if he was alive. He wouldn't say nothing. There was this man over there named Pip. He gave me a hint. That's the only reason why I found Bruno, the only reason why he's alive today. These people are worthless. They mean nothing. And honestly, if the right people were around when I came in, maybe my fate would have been the same as Bruno. Dead somewhere in tall trees. Burned alive.
Oh, they tried to feed you to the bears, didn't they?
That's right.
Sounds about right.
We all come to New Austin to get away from our demons. But you know, the moment we step foot outside of New Austin, those demons, they come to haunt us.
Yeah.
I learned that the hard way.
And what's
Trusting
worse
people.
is these people want business here in New Austin. They want their grimy, dirty gremlin hands all over our goddamn land. So the last bastion we have, the little piece of nothing that we call home, they want to shove their hands in it. It's a goddamn shame. And no one's gonna stop it. No one's gonna do anything. Besides here, me and my hermanos and the Del Lobos.
They'll love us.
So the Kettleman and the Kerrigans, they're coming for tumbleweed? Is that what you're trying to say? Or you just mean generally?
They're coming for one thing and one thing only. Seems to be a craze. The goddamn diamonds. And there's one mine here that's real new. Digged a little deeper, you know, real good stones coming out of here. And they found out right away. Now that's how they got Bruno here. Arranged a meeting. You know, try to get something. Something between me and the East. Me and Manos in the East. Get some money, get some economy flowing to this goddamn state. And you know, there you go. It leads to that.
They invited me for business. And I had Baz's word. His word. Nothing, no harm would come to me. Under his roof.
Yeah, I had a word from somebody once that, well, from Jack. I think that much is probably clear. That he would stay out of my business. Finally stay out of my business. Oh. But instead he walked into the town, controlled by the biggest wolf in the state. And stuck a knife into his number 2. In my name. He did so in my name.
Sabotage.
No, the worst part of it was he genuinely thought that he was, helping somehow. The worst thing is that the worst things that he did were all done with the best of intentions. Just the stupidest of executions.
If it's okay with you, can we ride elsewhere?
Oh, it's fine. Like that if you wanted to rob me, you'd have already done it, and, well...
I have no intention of robbing you.
If you were going to, the conversation would be, worth the loss.
We have, a little talk with some people. If you want to ride along with us, you can.
Sure.
Okay.
Let me grab some food from the store here.
Yeah, me's hungry too, huh?
This is... I'm liking this. This is cool. Ow! Are you serious? Okay, so... What's wrong with you?
That's fine.
1 second. I just realized I'm in sore need of ammunition. Just in case.
Take your time. Are they meeting us there?
No, we're not having a meeting. The meeting's with me.
We're not having a meeting. The meeting is with me. I heard that. Sorry.
Diego, can you close the door?
I'm on my way.
This is so cool.
If you want, you can take a seat.
Sure.
The only reason I'm sitting down is because I'm all fucked up. Oh, where were we? Jack Kettleman. You don't like him. He doesn't like you.
No.
You still want him dead?
You know, it's not even so much that I want him dead. I just don't want him to come up and set me on fire one day.
He didn't set me on fire with somebody else.
Yes, but I'm quite certain that he would love to set me on fire. Wouldn't you want to set someone on fire if they shot you 6 times in the back? You can't really blame him. But he's never going to recognize the things that he did to me. He's never going to accept fault or blame for one little thing. I know I've made mistakes. And I'll admit to those mistakes. Not Kettleman. He will not.
Why did he turn his back to you when you had a gun to him?
Because he thought it would hurt me, I suppose. That's the best I can figure. I was begging him to give me any reason not to pull the trigger, but,
Diego, go check outside. I think somebody's out there.
yeah, I heard that too.
As you were saying.
I was, desperately looking for reasons not to pull the trigger on him.
Why is that? What made you hesitate?
Well, because I knew that for all he was screwing me over, that it was still with his stupid, good intentions. He practically screamed at me that everything he did for me, or was for me, you know.
Just animals.
What'd he say?
Just animals outside.
So he did a lot of things for you, huh?
Yeah, that's the way he put it. That's the way he put it. We worked together for a time. And he made one stupid decision after another that I was inexplicably tied up in and could not shrug off my associations with. And I did everything I could to help him resolve those situations and tried to distance myself amicably. And it did not work because he would not stay out of my business and insisted on inserting himself into my business and doing everything that a man could possibly do to get a woman killed. There was multiple aspects of survival in pulling that trigger. Multiple.
You sound very familiar to another lady that also dealt with Jack Kettleman.
Is that so?
Apparently she loved the man.
Oh, I didn't love him. He mistakenly thought that I loved him. And I think that's why my name has become so besmirched, because people thought that I was some sort of lover when I really was trying to get away from him and his influence ever since probably about the first week we met. But I couldn't, because I was, well, let's just say that he wanted to get some horses, some real good horses for a job, right? Fast horses. He wanted to get me one of these horses. And he had the brilliant idea to take out a loan with a very big wolf. He took out the loan to purchase the horse, and within 5 minutes of him having the money in his hands, he proceeded to stick it all down on the roulette table, put it all on red, right in front of the wolf, and lose every penny of it.
Sounds like a smart man.
And not only that, his associate, who was also my associate, who did have backup money that Jack didn't want to use, well, Jack managed to con and talk his way into his bank account. And they spent $4,000 trying to win back the $1,400 that they owed to the big wolf. in a week's time.
You know, I wonder. Out here in New Austin, you get different types of people. You know, not like the East. But every type of person I meet out here in New Austin doesn't have good words for Jack. You know, it's always bad. So I wonder how these bad people have so many goddamn allies.
I suppose that they're just charismatic. I'm not the right kind of charismatic, I suppose, right? Maybe, as you said, it's working against me. There's two of you asked me whether or not I'm a deputy, of course. But, you know.
You really gave that luck whenever I first saw you on Tumbleweed. Saw you through my binoculars, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a deputy.
No.
Yeah. Is there anything else from Jack that you know of him? Did he ever pay that debt?
Technically. Although, he would not have without my help. That's why I stuck with him, because I was standing next to him when he did all those things, and the big wolves were looking at me and licking their chops. If he had not paid it, I would have been paying for it one way or another. You understand?
Yeah.
A common occurrence in this crossing seems to be if you can't get the man, go for his closest associate. Usually it's some lady or something.
Yes, and coupled with the fact that people were so confident we were some sort of couple, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like my chances of living long in such a situation were quite slim. Or in any case, that I would not want to continue living with the sorts of people that he was angering.
Was this really all for survival? Or at one point did you have feelings for this man?
The only feelings I had were, you know, a camaraderie, you know, a little bit of a hermano, so to speak. He had a genuine, well, you know, the more I think about it, the more distanced I am from it. I sort of begin to feel like there never was anything genuine. It was just manipulation. It had to be. But perhaps the man is completely insane. That's probably the truth of it, is that he's just insane. Like I said, the things that he did, the worst of the things that he did, were all with good intentions. But stabbing a man in front of the biggest wolf in the state, you know, the second smallest wolf in the state, getting stabbed in my name, was just the breaking point after a whole load of wrongs in my direction from Mr. Jack. It came right as I had finally severed all possible connections between him and I. Got a telegram from this big wolf saying that I was a rat because I'd been in his town, and then deputies showed up. At least that's not what he said. He just said that I had to clear my name, and he was upset that I hadn't met with him, even though I guess he was not very good at telegrams. He didn't send me the first telegrams that he sent to me. I never got. So I had to end up contacting Jack to ask what was going on, and he had already received telegrams telling him to bring me in, offering a large sum of money, all that. So unfortunately, I had to associate with him one last time just to find out why I was about to die. And as I was in the middle of trying to fix this situation, because I was just gonna go meet with the big wolf. The big bad wolf. Jack had took it in his own hands and the point of his own knife. And when I did finally meet with the big bad wolf, they had an ultimatum for me. Do you see where this is going?
Mm-hmm.
Truth be honest, when I met with Jack next, I wasn't even planning on doing it then. I wanted to see where his head was at. I kept trying to tell myself that he wasn't as bad as I actually thought he was, or he seemed like he was. To be honest, it's been so long, I'm not even quite sure. I had bought a Navy revolver with the intentions of using it on him when the time came. But when I was in that place with him and had my opportunity and realized that he would not meet with me again, and that I would have to go back to the big bad wolf and explain why I had tipped him off, I realized that I also had a possible mercy up my sleeve. You see, the big bad wolf wanted me to lure Jack into a place where his whole pack could watch as I did the job. He would be surrounded by mockery of his enemies, there to watch him die. I thought if I did it then, I could spare him from at least that element. The big bad wolf was smart and wanted to break Jack's heart, because apparently he saw what I was trying to push away, was that Jack was obsessed with me for some reason. I think at one point when I had him at gunpoint, he looked like he was ready to lunge forward, and it wasn't to attack. He always misread every word I said, but he used everything to manipulate me, keep me at his side, to tie me in with his fate wherever he could. I guess it worked. I don't know what he thinks now. I got a telegram from him saying that he'd be willing to meet with me and talk, but I'm sure that he was just planning on dousing me in kerosene and lighting a match like he did with Isabel. Well, whatever he has planned for me probably isn't that quick. That would be a lot slower.
You know, it seems like these people over there have a real liking to fire.
Sure does.
Yeah, you know, I have a weak spot for hollow people searching for some sort of purpose, or demons from their past, or so on and so forth. You know, that's what all New Austin's all about. Goddamn, every person here is just hollow. You know, looking for something. Some with burn marks on their face, and some with scarred minds, and
You could say hearts. Having to shoot somebody that you called a friend is, well, it changes a person. Let's put it that way.
And this big bad wolf, where is it now?
Sisika, last I heard. Actually, according to this newspaper, still in Sisika. See, after that, after being left in a cave full of bullet holes, Jack got up, and he was intent on revenge. Revenge on me. Revenge on all of Van Horn. Revenge on Gavin Summers.
Thought so.
You thought so.
Knew so.
It was ironic that you mentioned Gavin immediately, almost as we began our conversation.
Yeah, I see him all over the newspaper, never met the man.
Well, that's because he's been in Sisika for quite some time. But, you know, Jack never gave up on his war. When, last I saw Gavin, he was been arrested, and he let me know that he had... He'd made a deal with Jack. That after he made me try and kill Jack. And promised to protect me from Jack for as long as we was both alive. That very day that I had picked him bleeding up off the ground, decided to save him even though I had no reason to be tied to Summers anymore other than the threat of Jack. He had made a deal with Jack that very day to trade me in and end the war, to hand me over to Jack. For Jack to have his way with me, whatever that would mean. And he went to Sisika with those words on his lips and that realization in his heart. The man was weeping. Something about that broke him, I guess. All I taste is bitterness these days, you know.
Tell me about it. You come out here with such high dreams. Goddamn, not too long passes. Your closest people get hurt. You realize it's gonna be a lot tougher. You're gonna have to change your ways. Isn't that right, Bruno? It scars you. You lose pieces of yourself. Hopefully gain some more. If not, it don't matter really. Just keep pushing. And this Jack man, I've heard a little bit about him. More now, of course, but everything about this man I detest. That day at the ranch, Bruno, where was the Lobos?
Nowhere.
They weren't with you?
No.
I think I was an armadillo when you got brought in, actually. Brought down to town, something like that.
And a bunch of law rode up into town right after, right?
I'm not quite sure. I didn't stick around for very long.
6 law. 6 goddamn law looking for me and Bruno here. All armed to the teeth.
Of course.
Goddamn fool. We were out of there before they even had the chance to see us, but one of the law followed us. He got dropped in the sand. I still don't know if he's alive, and to be honest, I don't care. That day was... It was a shit show. It was like those books, you know? Near the end of the book, everything just goes to shit. And then finally you reach the ending, you know?
Yeah, with
Where-
the sky's falling in.
It was one shit show after another, a true tragedy. God damn.
And the dominoes fall.
I'm sure you know that feeling. When shit goes down, it goes down fast. And by the end of it, you don't really know what to do. That's where me and my hermanos are at. I'm sure that's how you felt back then with that manipulator.
Did you have, any other people to go to after all that?
No.
Just yourself, no friends.
Everybody, they lost heart. They faded away. Or they went to Cisco for a very long time. or they died. At least less that I know. But, you know, the Summers gang. Although I was running with them, I got all the charges for, you know, aiding and abetting a major criminal. I was never truly one of them. I never truly approved of their methods or wanted to partake in their methods, and I certainly wouldn't have died for any of them. So, of course, those who I think are free never fully trusted me, and as they were right to. I mean, they held a gun to my head and told me to kill someone I had worked with before, and I did it. My mind and my will broke, snapped, crumbled. And I did it.
You still have any sort of feelings for these friends?
I wouldn't say feelings for them. Do you really call someone who holds a gun to your head and makes you do something that you don't want to do a friend? Don't know. Could be friendly with them, but I haven't seen or heard from them since Sisika. On their part and my part, so I don't know where they stand, and to be frank, I'm not really that interested. There's
So
maybe one person out there who I might trust just a little bit, maybe two, but I haven't heard from one of them in a very long time. The other one's rotting in Sisika.
You know, for someone like you know, I'm curious. You know, through this conversation, I'm not gonna lie. Been trying to, you know, dissect the words a little bit, understand why you're here. You know, we're not the greatest people, you know. You said it before, we're not friends. I talk sweet words and so on, but, you know, everyone knows the truth. You know, friends are hard to get. It takes goddamn time. I just wonder why someone like you know, why not leave the crossing
I did.
forever? Why come back?
Maybe I'm seeking my own personal form of redemption. A way to do something different. A way to maybe finally face my fears. Not sure. But stuff isn't always sunshine and rainbows in other states. I mean, there's a reason or two that I came to this one in the first place. Does that make sense? I also thought Kettleman would be in Sisika for life, but I suppose that's not the way things work around here, which I don't know. Don't know how to respond to that. Maybe it frees up my own inhibitions, right?
Maybe it gives you not personal redemption, but real redemption.
Real redemption. I don't know about that.
What are you looking to find out here in New Austin?
Personal redemption.
Does that end? After you find that, then what?
I'll be honest, I don't know. I just feel like there's certain things that have never been laid to rest. Maybe one day they will. The only thing that I know for certain is that Jack Kettleman ruined my life. I'd say that I'd like to kill him, but I've already tried. His self-righteousness and his unwillingness to admit any sort of fault, to hold himself on some high pedestal, can keep worshipping himself. Well, that's a fire inside of me that burns from the inside out.
No, he's charismatic, manipulating, self-sabotaging.
Yes, all of those. You seem to know so well.
And just what I understand from this, conversation, and I just can't wrap my head around it. I just can't. He's a ghost. He seems to haunt people. He haunts this goddamn crossing.
I know
Every
for a fact that I'm not the only one of his associates who turned on him. Although, as much as he might say that I turned the law and ratted on him, that is one thing that I never ever did. I just tried to kill him myself. It's just a shame that I didn't have the wherewithal, the courage, what have you, to do it before I had a gun forced to my head telling me that I would, or I would die. I think about that every day.
So Bruno,
Mm.
you want to tell me about the mine now?
It's not ours.
And why is
for
that?
now. Because we need to let somebody do their business there so we can do our business later.
Go on. Explain to me further why we let the one thing we have go.
The Ryder family, whatever I say in this house, stays in this house. Alright? That goes for everybody in this room, including myself. The family.
Well, I have no interest in spilling your business, and to be honest, I don't really have anyone to spill it to. So, you can have confidence that I won't say anything, but if you want me to step outside, I can do that as well.
You can stay in here because I'm pretty sure you'll love to hear this.
Alright.
The family is temporarily using it for a little bit to gain favor with Bass Kerrigan and Jack Kettleman.
Favor.
And with that favor, in time, if we're patient and we let them do their business, they're gonna give us an opportunity.
You want to bring things down from the inside, don't you?
That's the only way to hit them. You can't hit them from the outside. They got way too many people.
You have to turn those people against each other, get them at each other's throats. Believe me, I've seen it happen. It happened to Van Horn. That's why the entire operation fell like dominoes, one right after the other.
The family's gonna use the mine, take the diamonds, gain favor with Jack Kettleman and Bass Kerrigan. And in time, maybe, there'll be a meeting with all the big dogs. And we'll be there waiting with our guns, our knives, everything.
Okay. So let me go through these steps. You gave away our only goddamn money resource, constant money resource, to a family that wants favor with goddamn traitors, with goddamn degenerates that have no sense of honor.
I didn't say we couldn't mine there anymore. I'm just saying we don't own it anymore. For now.
That's no problem. If other sources of money, we can rob people. We can do jobs, you know. We hadn't that mine like 2 days ago. And we're still alive, right?
Listen, hermano.
And I like that. If we use the mine to give the diamonds to the riders and they will earn the trust of Kettleman and Bass. And they can set them up for us, you know. That sounds good to me.
You know, maybe the riders, maybe they patched up Bruno that day to gain control of the mine. Have you thought of that? Patched
Think
you
they'd
up,
go
made
all
you
that
feel
trouble?
real comfortable. And the next goddamn day, they take the mine away from us. Did they brought this up to you, or did you brought this up to them?
This mine. We can still mine there. We can't collect taxes. We can't take diamonds. We're doing it because I was burned. That's why. I said, fuck these guys. They're doing it for me.
Yeah, for you, huh?
Yeah.
So what's for you?
Revenge.
Them collecting diamonds, making hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of dollars, while we sit on our ass waiting. Maybe one day we have our guns up our ass, waiting for some sort of ambush that probably no matter what's gonna happen. We lasso Garrigan, lasso Kettleman, take them to a hill, blow their brains out, and then have, let me think. How many people are they connected to? 100, 200, 300, 300, maybe 300 people, including the DiCenzos.
You think the chances are with them?
I've heard something along the lines, yes.
No, they're not. Trust me on that. They're not. If anything, Jack hates the Genzos.
Jack hates anyone that he thinks is a bigger dog than he is.
There you go.
He looks for reasons to get into scraps. He doesn't
got
need
that right.
a real reason, he just wants to. And
We're
so
gonna put
he'll
this
cause
dog
it.
in his place, you know?
He's a rabid dog. You can't put a rabid dog in its place. The only solution is to put it down.
And we will put him down. I have no problem with that either.
All the big players in one spot. The family, us, maybe the Lobos, who knows. We'll all be there to put them in their places. Then after that, the mine's ours again. The family's happy. The Lobos are happy. The dogs have been dealt with.
And why do the riders want anything done to them? According to the riders themselves, Garrigan, the rest of them at the ranch, let them walk away free. Not one single scratch on their body, not one gun taken away from them, not one piece of cash taken away. Why would the riders want to give up a constant source of money, diamonds, to these people? What, for Bruno Sanchez? You think they feel so bad for Bruno Sanchez? I can't seem to wrap my head around it. Maybe the time in New York has corrupted my mind of the businessman asset, but I just can't, Bruno. I can't wrap my
Because
head
Mr.
around it.
Kerrigan and Mr. Kettleman stepped on their toes, that's why. They forbid them to rob people around Blackwater. And they don't like that. So they
Do you
don't
know
like
what they
Kettleman,
did
you
to them
know?
today? Do you know what they did? Put
I
an
don't.
axe to Celeste's neck. Threatened to cut off her head in front of Ty.
Why?
Because Felix liked talking to a lot of people. Talked to the wrong person, an informant for Jack. The writers told me all about it, told me, listen, we know how much you love that mine, but you gotta tell your hermanos so we can do our business and you can do your business and we can get this all over with. You think he's gonna start liking them after he put a fucking axe to the neck of his wife, huh? You think he loves them still?
You think he loves us still? Felix. What did he open these? What did he say?
So
It's
much.
Felix. It's his fault, is it not? He should hate us as much as he hates Garrigan over there.
He came, he talked to me. He told me about it. I told him I was gonna talk to Felix. But he said, listen, Bruno, you know, I trust my family more than I trust you, which I get. But he said that he really needs patience from us. Just gotta give him some time. With time will come that opportunity.
So what now? We don't have the mine. You know.
We still have the mine. You can still go there, you can still mine. Just if someone comes up to you, tries paying you a tax, just tell them no, don't pay me a tax. They want to give you diamonds, tell them no, give it to the writers, that's it.
Have you found anything out about different mining companies? Not Solomon's, not Garrigan, anybody else that's vying for competition?
From what I've been told, that mine, it's theirs. Solomon's not going there, Jack's not going there, Baz is not going there, no one. No other mining company is gonna take that mine.
You know, the De Lobos, they said, no, it's too much information, but I think the Lobos have a similar mindset as us. You know, I think there's only a few people we can trust out here.
And
A
what?
few
You
people
don't
in the
trust the
crossing.
family?
It's not that I don't trust them. They warned me about you that day. They said go. So and actually they said do not go to the ranch. Who knows what's happening to your brother? I said, are you crazy? Of course I'm going out for mi hermano. And I have a respect for them. But, you know, ulterior motives do exist. And what if this doesn't happen? What if they just keep banking, making all that money, and this sacred day of reckoning does not happen?
Then we take back the mine. Easy as that, huh?
He said so himself whenever I was talking to him. That if it doesn't work out, the mine's ours. And we do our business with them. Go to war with Jack Kettleman and Bass Kerrigan and see how, how far we get.
I'll tell you what. No, war's gonna be real hard for them. It's comfy eastern cities and towns. If they try to ride through these deserts, they'll get held. They'll have lead flying through these desert sands. They won't even know what hit them. But the problem is us going out there. That's the problem. There's no war to fight out there. There's nothing for us. These people mean nothing. Are we looking for retribution? What are you looking for, Bruno?
An opportunity. And this is it. An opportunity. Right now, I'm all in. And if it pays out, you know what I'm gonna tell you? I told you so.
I've been waiting for that moment, because every goddamn time I'm not here and the deal goes off, it goes to shit. We got Armando's being burned. Felix got beat up. Goddamn, when he came riding back into town, I thought maybe he was never gonna think the same again that day. We got our men riding to the east to meet with people we've never met before, when we know we have blood on our hands. Every time I'm not here, every time a deal's made, it goes to shit. Am I not supposed to be worried about this?
Do you have
What
a
makes
better
you-
idea?
Yeah, I have a better idea.
What's that?
I have to be honest. I want to know what you guys are here for. Does New Austin mean something to you? Or is it money? Or fame? What is it, hermano? What is it that you want? And then I could tell you the answer.
Not all things are going to be that simple, I'm afraid. Sometimes people don't even know what they want. They're just looking for the right opportunity to come their way and doing what they can to help those opportunities crop up.
Somebody understands.
You know, Bruno Heffa, she has a lot of wisdom. And
Does she?
plans. Yes. Lots of plans and lots of wisdom. It wouldn't be too bad to follow someone like that.
You saying that I should follow Heffa?
No. Because I know you would never. The Bruno Sanchez following somebody. What a joke. I mean, come on. I guess I'm just spitting out things in my mind.
You know what she did that day whenever we met with Jack Kettleman before the meeting I had, before my scar. It was me, Felix, I, and Celeste. And then it was Heffa and Julio, Baz Kerrigan, Jack Kettleman, Pip, Baz's wife, Solomon, and another motherfucker. All right up to Thieves' Landing. You know what Heffa does with all her wisdom? She gets off her horse, gets on Jack Kettleman's horse, and whenever Jack Kettleman politely asks her to get off, she says no. Then she was thrown off the horse, and then screamed out that if he rides away, this means war. But we were all there,
You know why, right?
because Thieves' Landing's her home and she wants it back.
That's right.
That doesn't mean she should rope us in it. Right? That's her home, not my home. My home is New Austin here.
Perhaps,
That's her business.
Perhaps that's something that you might want to, say, trade engagement with on her.
We talked to her about it. We told her our opinions. Told her that it was very, I would just say it. What's that word? Impulsive of her to do. Not thinking clearly, We were just there to talk to her. And then she started roping us in, saying that, they're gonna go to war with Jack Kettleman. I didn't want to get shot. To make it very clear to her, your business is your business and my business is my business.
And why not get roped in?
Why not?
These people mean nothing. Maybe if you got roped in there, maybe you could have gunned them down, save yourself some trouble of being burned.
Maybe. Or maybe I would have been gunned down too. Died right there and then, sooner. 4 against 6, huh? The family, they weren't gonna do shit. They were gonna walk away. Because they know their boundaries too. That's not their business.
You know, there's one thing. There's one thing more sickening than anything else. Is someone who talks about pride, about what they fight for, but when the time comes, they do nothing. How many times have we talked about New Austin, it being our home, and we have the people who are sitting there comfy in their ranch, going out, stepping foot in our land. I say Heffa did the right thing. She was setting boundaries for these people that have nothing to do here. And if she would have died right there, then getting gunned down, then so be it.
You wanna know why? You really wanna know why? I'm not trying to go to war with a bunch of fucking ranch hands. My war's with the law. Just the law. That's it. No other outlaws. If a law rides through town, I'll gun them down. That's what I'll fight for. I'm not fighting against fucking ranchers, that's why. That's not the reason why I came here.
Oh, unfortunately, life doesn't always give us what we want, does it? Sometimes the ranch hands insist on making it, so you do have to fight them.
That's right.
And that's why I'm giving the family this opportunity. So we get an opportunity to wipe them out. Take out the big leaders. Once we do that, who are the ranchers gonna go to, huh? Nobody.
And then we'll end up like Ivy here, with a ghost of a man on our backs for the rest of our life. What if he doesn't die? What if none of them die? Then there
Then
you
we'll do
go.
it again. I'll ride to that ranch by myself or with some other people, who knows. Shoot as many of them as possible. Die. Keep hitting them and hitting them and hitting them until, the ranch hands don't want to be there anymore. They're too scared.
Wouldn't you know that Summers tried that with Kettleman already? It did have, well, it did cause some of his followers to fall away, to turn on him. But I think only 2 or 3. The thing is, he kept on recruiting more and more people, faster than he could lose them, or than they could die. Meanwhile, Van Horn, with its strict ways of operation and general unwant for the war. See, that's the thing, is Van Horn thought they could just not be in a war against people like those. Thing is, those people kept coming for them. And like I said, they started turning on themselves, saying, well, why do you keep fighting, Kettleman? Well, because Kettleman keeps on coming, no matter how many times he's been shot down. Sometimes we ain't given choices.
So this is what we want. We want war. New Austin, the Riders, the Sanchez Hermanos, and the Del Lobos versus a goddamn... let me, I don't know. Bro, how many people you think? The Solomon Mining Company, probably alone. Probably alone 20 people. The ranch, God knows how many. Every time I go out to Blackwater, I see some lowly sights of cowards running that ranch, little rifles in their back, scouting me out.
Well, from what I'm hearing from Bruno, is he's not hoping for something direct. He's hoping for something from within. I mean, have you ever considered, if you put on that pretty face and you get real close, within arm's reach, and then that's when you bring out the knife. I think that's what he's driving at. But he's trying to have someone else do that dirty work for him.
It might work. You know, there's no chance. If there's even a little bit of information out right now that the riders are doing this work.
There was, but they cleared it up. We just gotta give them some time.
If there's a little bit of information that comes out, not only does our little behind the scenes go, but also there goes a war that we're not ready for.
You can trust me that I have no interest in screwing up anything that might potentially lead to Jack Kettleman's death. And as I said, I don't have anyone to tell anyways.
So, bro, are you telling me you're scared of a bunch of ranch hands, but when a deputy, a sheriff, tells us that the military will arrive, that doesn't scare you? You're willing to fight against the military? Huh?
It's that I'm not that I'm scared. It's that I like working with people, my hermanos. I want to be able to trust the people that I'm with. Sure, the riders have done us good, more good than we have done them. But this is something between us. This is life and death. Something that the hermanos can only trust each other. And to put it in someone else's hands just doesn't seem right with me.
You could always talk to them. They're just a telegram away from a meeting. You meet with them, you talk to them, give them your opinion on it. They'll talk to you about it.
They're around now.
I don't know. Last I heard of them was today, and they went out east to rob.
And they're usually around this time. They're not around. Maybe a little earlier.
Maybe tomorrow. Who knows? But hermano, you have to realize this opportunity from the inside. They are inviting us to the wolves' den to see the alphas right now. We just gotta give them some time. Just a little bit of time. We gotta be patient. And then we grasp that opportunity. And boom. Who said, he doesn't die. What of it? But then who can they trust? Solomon? Baz? Jack? You think they'll trust each other? After something like that, the ranch hands are gonna be looking at each other, scared, wondering, okay, they fucked us over. Who's next? An internal conflict. That's how we win.
He's right.
Yes.
If there's anything that I have learned through all my, the series of unfortunate events that has occurred to me since I arrived in the crossing is that people will believe the first thing that they hear about any situation. So if you're able to sow seeds that there's things going on that aren't going on, well, people like Jack, he's going to take offense if he thinks that his friends think that he's plotting against them. So even if they try and talk it out, there's the chance that bonds could be fractured, weakened. Just depends on how it's done. It's got to be insidious. It's got to be done carefully. If it's too obvious, then, they'll know. They can't realize that it's happening.
There's people in New Austin willing to get inside and stab the alpha. People like that, another opportunity, Let's say the first time didn't work. We send someone in, plan them in deep with everybody.
I don't care what happens to Jack. To be honest, like you said, he ran away that day. Right? Nowhere to be found. It was Solomon and the rest, right?
What of them?
Jack wasn't there. From my understanding, he's just, how you might say, maybe not like affiliated, maybe too much in the business or something. Not as much as Kerrigan.
Here's
Not
what
as
I
much as
learned
Solomon.
from Solomon. He depends on others. He really does. Because whenever they held me up, he depended on that whole ranch to point their guns at me. Whenever I was riding out with them, on the back of their horse, there's only 3 of them. 3. Without that wrench, Solomon is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Just another businessman that claims to be a big shot when they're not. You can claim to be pretty much whatever you want if you're friends with Jack and Baz.
You know what Kerrigan said to me that day, Bruno?
What?
When I rode in, frantic, screaming me, "Where is my hermano?" He looked at me dead in the eyes, stone cold face, and said, "Whatever happens to your brother, this beef is squashed now, okay? So when this happens, I want to take Kerrigan, and I'm gonna do every single thing he did to you.
Good.
And then when you get Solomon, you deal with him yourself." And now this is what I asked Ivy. I want to know what you want. The reason why I wanted to know what you want is this simple question. If you're willing to work with us, no gang, no nothing like that. Just work with us. You might get your chance at Jack. Is that what you want?
Something like that. I think that in an ideal world, I'd like to see his world crumble around him, turn itself into dust and ash, and leave him standing there watching it filter through empty hands. Does that make sense? I don't
that's
have
right.
to kill him, but if I could
You-
destroy his world the way he destroyed mine, then maybe some good would come from it.
I tell you what. You tell the same story you just told us to Hefa and the Riders. You already got 3 families with honor, with some sort of goddamn code, some sort of respect. I'm not saying we're good people. None of us here in New Austin are good people.
Oh, I'm not a good person, and I won't pretend to be. But I think you've already figured that out. I did shoot my friend in the back.
Yeah. And we done some pretty... Well, some of us done some pretty bad stuff.
You know that when you do something like that, a part of you dies. It's gone forever. It doesn't revive.
That's fine. That's fine. Bruno, you got anything left to lose? Any more pieces of yourself that you're worried about losing?
No.
What about you, Diego?
I usually let the negotiating to you, But this one on Bruno's side, we should go with his plan and the riders. I mean, Kettleman's already trying to step a foot in the West, right? The main is already 2 days open, only 2 days open, and he's already here and trying to make deals to get control of the mine. So we can wait here and let it happen. We can go with the Lobos and go to open war with him, or we'll try to go with the riders who will put him on a silver plate for us and set him up for us, huh?
But like Ivy said here, if we're doing what we're gonna do, we might lose ourselves. Whatever pieces are left, we might lose. Just remember that. Take that in consideration before you go and do whatever you need. Unfortunately, I'm always by your side, hermanos. To life and death, I rode into that ranch by myself, fully expecting to be hanged, tied up, shot, whatever it was. But I still came for you, Bruno. And I still came for Felix.
I'd do the same for you, hermano.
And you know me, hermano. I mean, just look at this conversation. I'm a cautious man. I take days, months to think about things, carefully consider. But when it comes to you, when it comes to Diego, Felix, Rafael, that goes out the window. So whatever you decide, I'm by you. I said my piece.
Well, we have matched again. Nothing to lose, If it doesn't work out with Ryder family and setting up Kettleman for us, we can still go with the Lobos. Go to open war with them, if we need to, of course. But I think it's unavoidable. You know, they will definitely try to set a foot into the west and gain control of the mine. So we need to deal with that, one way or the other.
But I swear, these riders are playing us for a fool. You know, they will regret it. As much as they helped us, as much respect I have for them, that will all crumble. Very fast, if what they say is true. If what they say is not true, that is.
They said they're playing the long game.
Oh, I'm patient. I'm not gonna wait.
So can I. For something like this, I can wait. But the moment I get a telegram from the family saying, here's your opportunity, come take it.
Okay.
Regardless of what opportunities may crop up, if you do happen to speak with Kettleman for any reason, don't mention the name Ivy Winters to him. It won't mean anything to him.
We're
Don't
not
worry.
rats.
You're not stupid, senorita.
Sorry?
You're not stupid. We won't mention your name, of course.
Well, that's not exactly what I mean. I just mean that that is not my name.
Mm.
But you can continue to call me by it. Because the moment he hears my name, he's going to be on guard.
It's better you just keep your name a secret.
Yes.
Because, not that I'm worried about any of us telling it, but sometimes,
Things get out.
you know, if something slips in conversation, you didn't mean it, it's better to just keep it.
Precisely. That's the only reason I ask you to keep my pseudonym. You know, if you were to mention my tale, he would know. But, yeah.
And don't worry, you have our trust. You know about you know too much of us, and maybe we know too much of you. And
would
I
agree
guess
with
it's
that.
a mutual agreement here that nothing leaves this guy in this little house right here.
And you did ask for a blood pact at the beginning, didn't you?
Well, shit, you know. I guess some sort of blood pact was made in a way.
I guess so.
Did you really ask for a blood bag? What's wrong with...
It was a joke. It was a joke.
he
Come
was
on.
joking around.
Maybe I
I
was
think
joking.
he had to run out and hit the outhouse real fast.
I think he got too confused.
Too excited, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Diego maybe excited. Shit. Ain't much to talk about no more. It's decided.
You want the family, they'll go into further detail about it. You have the telegram?
I do.
Okay. Talk to them.
Oh.
They'll tell you all about it. But no mention of it at all. Not even to each other. Doesn't leave this cabin.
Understood.
I still need to talk to Felix because he was talking to some people. An informant out of everyone.
What did he say?
He was saying too much. Enough to have one of them make a threat to the family's wife.
You know, and growing up with Felix there, he's always been a high-headed bastard. You know, I'd always have to hold him back. You know. See what happens? This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, man. I don't look down upon you. I'm not a parent or nothing like that, but I ask. When it comes to important decisions, I be there. And I ask that certain people do not travel alone and start talking to people we don't know alone. Because unfortunately, we come from a bloodline, a family of sometimes savages. We don't think before we talk. We don't think before we do. I'm gonna try to end that. And if we don't end that, we'll die real fast out in this goddamn crossing.
Do you have Felix's telegram number?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Telegram him. Tell him everything. But tell him to keep his fucking mouth shut. Not even to his fucking mother. No one knows.
Is Felix the sort to talk?
No, he's just the
No.
sort to trust too easy.
Actually, don't tell him. Don't tell him shit. Just tell him Hermano, please be quiet. For a little bit.
I'll tell him. You know, he's his own man. He can talk and do as he says. But if he wants what's best for us here, he's gonna need to reevaluate a little bit. And everything here, for the time being, stays away from Felix until he proves himself. Everything. I love Felix like a brother, but he needs some time to get used to things. That's it.
I agree.
Alright? Any
We're all
more
done
secrets to
here.
share?
I don't think so. Though I feel like a lot has been shared here, and to be frank, I'm more than a little surprised to be subjected to this open of a conversation. I mean, I could have lied about everything I said. I didn't, of course, just... I don't know. It's
It
refreshing.
was real simple. You know, not to be blunt, not to be savage. But when time comes, you know, I'm sure you know everyone could become a savage. And we, you know, we made a mutual agreement here. We believe in honor, respect, and we chose to trust you. And if you break that, then so be it.
Well, I've
We
no
have a
plans.
code. If you're a rat, and we find you, New Austin, you get a big R on your forehead.
Or maybe a little more than that, but
A lot more than that. That's just the nicest thing.
and this is no threats to you personally. This is a threat to everybody. I would do the same to my hermano here if he decided to talk.
No, I understand. It makes sense.
But there's a chance, who knows? Ivy, maybe if your friends come back from the past, out of Sisika, you know, out of being missing in action.
I wish, but like I said, I didn't actually make too many friends in Van Horn, and I have a feeling that if Summers gets out of Sisika, that, well, I can't imagine that will be any sort of friends, as much as he might have called me one at one point. Not with his confessions to me before he was taken away.
Well,
But I could be wrong, who knows? Maybe he'll get out and... I don't know, from what I understand, he turned on everybody. So...
Do you think whenever he gets out, he's gonna have a lot of friends himself?
No. Because most of them are dead.
There you go. You're gonna have something better here in New Austin. Families.
that's if you want. It's your decision. Unfortunately for us, we have a soft spot, like I said, for hollow people. And maybe that's why we trust you here so much. Even though it's first time. And if you decide to break that, no shame on us. We'll learn from it. But if not, like Bruno said, you gain something.
Yeah. I think I already have.
Alright. Let's get out of this damn house. It's starting to get claustrophobic.
This is where I sleep.
Oh, that explains the smell in here, huh?
A great smell of stew, yeah.
No, I am. You haven't seen me.
Where did Soot get off to? Oh, there he is.
Here. A little taste from the mines. Just something you can get. Something really nice.
Oh,
It's only worth $12, so...
only. Huh.
What did he say?
Sorry?
What did he say to you?
He just handed me something.
Oh. Well, I'm going to find a place to, maybe under a rock or something, to rest my head.
Yeah, it's very late for me as well. I'll head back to my camp.
All right. Well, Ivy, it was really nice to meet you. Kind of interesting first meeting, I
Oops,
guess. Don't worry.
Yes, I'd say so.
But maybe, just maybe, it'll blossom to something. Maybe something will finally grow in this damn desert, huh?
Maybe.
Blossom. What's your telegram number?
It's DU057.
Winters was your last name, right?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying it is.
Okay. I'll send you a telegram with mine sometime soon.
Sounds perfect.
I'll just give you mine because people usually want to talk to me all the time.
That's not true. Don't worry. All right. Good night, amigos.
Good night.
Good night.
Hasta luego.
It's gonna be N. N for no. X for xylophone. 738.
And X738?
Yeah. Bruno Sanchez.
I got it.
Hopefully you stick around New Austin. Get to know all the families.
Well, now knowing that Jack is indeed not dead and has many more friends than he did previously, I think I'll have to.
You don't have to, but
Well, if I want to survive. If I make it known who I am, well, it probably won't go well for me.
well, I wish you the best of luck, of course. I'm gonna stay in this little shack and get some rest. Start recovering after all.
Alright, my camp is out, between Benedict and Fort Mercer. So I'll head off that way.
Okay. You two take care.
You as well.
Adios.
Adios. Dude. That was some sick RP. Sick RP. Goodness.